you how much I have missed that sound during lockdown. Just walking onto stage and loads of people cheering at me. Like, apart from a couple of dudes looking at me like, no. She is way too fuckable to be funny. And it's like, yeah, bang on, I got good tits and a great personality. Crushed it! Honestly, it's so good to be back. Like, give me a cheer if you miss live comedy. Right? It's the fucking best. Like, I had to get my laugh somewhere else the whole of lockdown. Turns out there are other amazing things. Like, have you guys seen YouTube fails? Seriously, they're fucking amazing. Like, has anyone watched them? Yeah, okay, amazing. Or do you just like fanning yourself? Like, I don't watch it, but I'm just like, no, it's all right. It just felt like it was for me, but it wasn't, so it's cool. I love them so much, mainly because I've just discovered the wedding playlist. Now, I want you all to like me loads, but I also want us to agree that there is nothing better in the entire world than a bride's day being ruined and the light falling out of her eyes. Right? It's so, so good. And I was watching this one the other day. It's amazing. It's a bride on her big day. I'm assuming her name's like Lauren or something. She's basic as fuck. And she's like, you're not called Lauren, are you? No, you look so nervous. Like, God, what's your name? Emily. Okay, this is the same thing. I love how you're like, Lauren, Lord, no. Emily, okay. I say, but by the way, I say basic with love. I'm also basic. It's just that I'm basic plus because I'm self-aware with it. Does that make sense? Like, I have scented candles, but I don't switch them out seasonally, because I believe in me. I'm a bit of fun. This one I knew was basic, though, for one main reason, which is she was walking down the aisle to Beauty and the Beast. Which is like, right, like, we get it. She's the beauty, he's the beast. Work on yourself. And as she was walking down, her dad stepped on her train and out-flopped a tit. And you could just see in her eyes, it like wasn't the good one. Right? Like, you know, babes, when the good one floats out, but you pretend to be embarrassed, but secretly you're like, yeah, they're both the fucking same! Like, which is your favorite tit you've got? Right one? Yeah, it's like, you know when you lick your nipple and you blow on it and it wrinkles up, does it go slower? Yeah, no, me neither. What the fuck, Emily, am I right? It's good that you have a favorite tit, though. Everyone should have a favorite tit. It's the rule of life. Like, I know which one my favorite one is because I get drunk and I take it out. For attention. I really wish there was a better reason. I just freaking love wandering around a pub late at night like, how's it going? Could you imagine if I was a dude doing that with my favorite ball? Just wandering around the pub like, isn't it beautiful? Like, they would be cancelled so quickly. But when I do it, it's like, kooky big Helen, yes! My self-esteem is too high. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I know as a country at the moment, we're really desperately trying to raise our young women to be confident and believe in themselves. And I am here to tell you to stop it. It has gone too far, and I am living proof. I know my self-esteem is too high. I know this for one main reason, which is for the last 3 years, I've been living with my best friend from school. She's not here. Her name's Emma Black. She's a bitch. Basically, no, I say that because I love her so much, but seriously, she just framed a Taylor Swift quote and put it on our wall. It says, darling, I'm a nightmare dressed like a daydream, but she owns 3 mermaid blankets, so it's like, what's your truth? She also, at the beginning of last lockdown, she put a sign by our front door that said, today is a good day for a good day. I literally casually pointed out we both had depression. She cried and hid it. That's not on me. Nothing to do with it. Problem is, living with your best mate from school, all we do is hang out with our schoolmates. And the thing is, the only thing we have in common is the fact we went to school together. That's it. So all we do is talk about school, which I thought was fine because I loved school. I thrived in the environment. I thought it was amazing. But I was telling them how much I loved school, and they all went silent because they thought I was doing one of my comedy sketches. Because it turns out I didn't have a good time at school. Apparently, I was bullied the entire time, and I was too thick to notice. Like, I was just wandering around the corridors like, oh, can I see you on the weekend? And they're like, yeah, go fuck yourself. And I was like, banter. Like, fucking devastating to find out. I'm 30. How do you think that made me feel? The only way I can change the subject with them, because we're all women from North East Hampshire, is to discuss self-care. We love it. Any self-carers in? No? Is that because self-harm's so much more fun? I know we can't say it, but you know what I mean? Like a bit of self-harm, just like a bit of a fun one, like cutting a fringe. But really high so people worry about you and ask questions. Freaking love it. My favorite self-harm at the moment, thank you for asking, it's falling in love with a guy that definitely doesn't love me back so I can fulfill my tragic narrative of being rejected. Love it! I think the thing is self-care is technically easier because we're all following one leader. It's very simple for us. I think the thing I love most about self-care as well is like when someone says they're a self-carer, I think we're supposed to be impressed. Like, oh my God, you take such good care of yourself. You're inspiring. But when they say it, I'm like, you're in a bad way at some point. I'm willing to bet money on the fact no one discovered self-care in a good way. No one ever has typed into YouTube, yoga for smiling too much, yoga for receiving too much love, or yoga for being in love with my own body. Bullshit! You type in yoga for depression or yoga for anxiety, and up pops Adrian. Just like, hi, friend. I get it. Here's the thing. She doesn't. Her hair is too shiny. It's bullshit. She cannot get it. There's no way that she understands what we are going through in our tiny flats in England, in her beautiful ranch in Texas. I refuse to believe it. I tell you what, if anyone who doesn't like Adrian here, I Googled her the other day. She's a failed actress. How lush is that? She completely fucked it up, and also both of her parents work in the industry. She had nepotism on her side, and she still missed it. Fuck you, Adrian! Makes me so happy in my evil soul. I tell you why I hate her so much at the moment. It's because she started getting really into intuitive eating, which is bullshit. Do you guys know what intuitive eating is? Like, the idea is that you only eat what your body craves, so you can have whatever you want whenever you want it, which in principle is amazing for people with intuition. I asked out the same homosexual boy 8 times in year 8. I have no intuition. If I intuitively eat, I'll be washing with a rag on a stick in my garden on TLC in 3 months' time. And I don't love that for me. It also makes me really tense whenever I talk about like dieting or eating on stage, because I feel there's always a couple of guys in the audience being like, should we tell her she's overweight? Should we mention it? Like, it's cool. I know. I've got a mum. Told me. Didn't have to, just really wanted to. The thing is, like, I don't mind being overweight. And also, you don't have to tell me, because I own clothes. Right? Clothes tell you when you're gaining weight. It's the first thing that goes. Like, I'm in a very tricky period of life at the moment, where I currently have to buy a new pair of trousers every 3 weeks. And it's not like I'm going up a clothing size every 3 weeks. No way, Emily. Fruit's the best. Am I right, gal? Yeah. What's happening is every 3 weeks of me walking around with a new pair of trousers on is these holes just appear here, right? In between my thighs, where the material's just gone, Helen, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm out. Give me a cheer if you suffer this injustice. Right, so it's bullshit, isn't it? My mum thinks it's just my problem. Obviously not. Like, it's also the children. They need to sew better. I'm not taking the full blame for that. That's bullshit. I'll tell you what's really, really annoying, Emily, is these are news. They've got no holes in them. But you know when you think you finished your period and then you're walking along and you're like, well, I smell iron, so I'm not sure. Let's keep looking at me, sir. Eyes up! I'll fucking make you smell it. No, you know that smell when you... You know when you put your hand on a metal railing on the tube set and you're just sort of like, is it that? Is it my cunt? And you're just like a bit confused, right? Yeah. So I've got like penny smell. It's just so, it's distracting. You doing all right? Yeah. I love how nervous you are of me. I'm 6'1". I would break you in two. The thing is, I don't want holes in my clothes, you know? I don't want stains in them either. But for me to get that, I have to go clothes shopping every 3 weeks to replace my trousers. And I don't want to be the female comic that stands on stage and speaks on behalf of every woman in the audience, but by virtue of being a female comedian, I actually represent all women at all times. So you're welcome, and I'm also really fucking sorry. I just think in general, women don't enjoy clothes shopping enough to go every 3 weeks. Some women do, and good for them. Good for them, because I totally thought I was going to be one of them. Like, when I first went as an adult, I thought it was amazing, because I found out there was a section for me and my people. Because I am a 6'1" woman. This is usually when people freak out, like, do you reckon she's got a broad back and speaks fluent German? Jawohl. It's hot, right? Thing is, being 6'1" means I'm allowed to shop in the tall section. Them's the rules. Are there any other women in here, 5'10" and above, that shop in tall? Shut up, love you. Is it just the two of us? Amazing. Did you have a vision when you first went to the tall section that it would just be us, right? Forget your scum friends, they're not here, just us. But like high-fiving, but really high. Like you touch the ceiling and then I touch it because we can. I don't know, like you drop something on the floor but your friends aren't there to pick it up for you. And you're just like, leave it. They'll get it later. That was my vision for the tall section. It was my dream. But you can agree with me that it's not like that? No. Because we don't have a security guard ensuring no petite women come into our zone. Now, I like petite women. I do. You gals are fun. With the skirt. But if I see one more petite woman coming into our zone, picking up my t-shirt and going, what a fun dress, I'm gonna lose my mind. That is bullshit, right? Like, I have never in my life got in your zone, picked up your belt and gone, what a fun bracelet. No! Got to learn to stick to our zones. I tell you why I think I'm actually annoyed at petite women. Not only is my housemate petite, but all my school friends are petite. And now we've been going out again, now things are open. On nights out, they see me as something to sit on or climb. Like, I'm assuming it's to show to dudes how small they are. They're like, I'm a tiny baby bird, look at me land on the tree. And I'm like, yeah, I've got leaves. It doesn't feel good. I think the main problem is we're still having the same argument on nights out that we started having when we were 13, which is a long time to have an argument, but I still think I'm in the right. Because when I was 13, it was very difficult, because for some reason, being from, we're from Fleet in North East Hampshire. Does anyone know Fleet service station on the M3? Yeah, there's a town behind the Burger King. I'm from there. It's sick. If you're from a small town and your friends don't want to chat about sex, boys, girls, kissing, making out, you're playing a guessing game, which in general is fine. I've crushed it. I've learned a lot. Problem is none of my friends told me that a blowjob means you don't blow. Which I think is like, fun for us now. But there are 3 boys, men now, in North East Hampshire, scarred from 16-year-old me, just Boomer prom day. Like, Emily, did you ever blow on a dick like it was a balloon? No, me neither. Okay, you guys have been